Starting recording. Okay. Are we good? Say something.
Good. I think we're good.
Holy, we did it. We figured it out.
We beat Machu Picchu.
It must be my wonderful service over here in Machu Picchu Island. Yeah, guys, telling Bora Bora and the island of Machu Picchu. And I came here because I had some vacation time and I wanted to see some water. Blue water. Fantastic. Thanks, dude. And I was telling you earlier, I bought 3 bananas yesterday. I ate 1 and gave 2 away. I used to not like bananas, but now I think they're good.
Well, the doctor said you weren't getting enough sun or potassium, so.
You know that potassium comes straight from the sun.
Yeah, so you're getting the bananas and you're in Bora Bora. I feel like in no time you're because you know how your skin was turning albino. I think this will probably reverse it.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see it, but I believe you.
All right. Welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And this is episode 96.
96.
And yeah, pretty wild. On the road to 100. And again, I am remote in the beautiful island of Machu Picchu, of Bora Bora. And I am oh, wait, what is that over there? Oh, dude, there's a band in the distance playing my tunes, man. I requested this song and they learned it. I don't even know the name of this song, but they knew it.
It's the 311 cover band?
Oh, that's what it is. That's right. It's a 311 cover band.
Fantastic.
But honestly, but for sure, I mean, but the thing is, the truth be told.
Jesus Christ. Are you swallowing marbles? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not good at technology. I'm trying my freaking best.
You're not even good at talking.
Wait a minute. Am I really in Bora Bora at the island of Machu Picchu, or am I at the gates of hell?
I'll crack a beer to that.
National Beer Day, the gates of hell! So how you been?
Fantastic. Was that royalty-free metal music, or are we about to get sued by some Danzig fucking cover band?
It's royalty-free.
That's royalty-free? I love that. You gotta love it. You love to see it. So many things have happened since I've seen you last, Doug.
Been over a week.
I know.
And I like how we keep on telling everybody we have all these big surprises, and you and I are like...
Dude, okay. I'll talk to you more about this when we get off air, but I'm learning this editing program. In case you guys noticed, I'm sure some of you noticed, we now have a clips playlist on our YouTube channel where I will be uploading clips.
No, we have a clip playlist.
No, but it's called clips.
I know, but there's one clip in it.
And I'm going to start putting more clips in it throughout this week. I am learning Premiere Pro as I go. I think I probably dove in a little over my head and out of my league when I got Premiere Pro. I kind of feel like maybe I should have got something else. However, I think it's going to be good that I'm learning on it because that's really the hardest one I feel like to learn. So if I learn that, I should be good. Anyhow, so
you say if you want to learn something well, just get it in the hardest one you can and just go for it.
I know I messed up, but the thing is, like, it's Adobe. So when I searched, I knew of it, and I in my mind, Final Cut's a Mac thing. So I wasn't gonna grab Final Cut. Maybe I could. I really don't know. Maybe it's available on PC. I'm not sure. But so I just got the Premiere because it's Adobe and Photoshop, and I just figured how fucking hard could it be? I used to know how to use Photoshop. It's pretty fucking hard.
Hit the brakes. Take a breath. It's okay.
Why?
Everybody forgives you for getting Adobe. What the fuck was that?
Hey, do me a favor. Take away your background. I want to see if that changes anything. You still got a weird lag. It's not affecting the audio or anything, but sometimes your mouth is way...
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, baby.
I can't hear you.
Yes, you can.
Joel?
Anyways, welcome to an all-new episode of Going Directly Off the Tracks. I'm Jug.
I'm dull. Dude.
Oh, so let's talk about things that have happened since we last saw each other. I got the vaccine.
You got one shot, right?
No, they gave me like 4 while I was.
They're like, fuck this.
No, I got my first Moderna, but so I just want to throw this out there because everybody's got all these fucking stories of how easy it is and how fucking harmful, like how just easy it is, you know? Mm. I want to throw out that it wasn't fucking easy for me. I went to a drive-through site and sat in my fucking car for 4.5 hours, Doug, just driving up and down in lines because they decided everyone who had an appointment, they took away our appointment slots and made the appointment from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. So everyone just showed up at the same fucking time. And once you got in the line, you couldn't get out. There was porta potties like every maybe hours worth of driving. I peed once and you never knew when it was going to be your turn because you couldn't see where the cars were going.
Joel goes take a healthy dump in the porta potty and next to the line's trying to move.
No, yeah. the line never stopped moving. That's the crazy thing. So you would literally have to pull off to go to the porta potty and then fight your way back in. Man, it fucking sucked. But outside of my arm feeling like somebody beat the shit out of it the next day, it was totally fine, and I'm stoked to get the second one.
For some reason, when you said you're stoked to get the second one, I'm so excited to get another shot. Maybe you are.
I am extremely excited. And the fucking firefighter who gave it to me said the same thing. He was like, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "No, I'm extremely excited for you to give me this right now." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Bro, yes, I want my fucking life back. Can I have both?"
So like that's what I was saying. You're like, I thought for some reason you said it was extreme, like it was actually really hard. I had this like weird image of you just being like them trying to give you the shot and it's not going through your skin or something. Or they like, I was like, what do you mean it was hard? Like you're like, she was like, ah! Like what? It was hard. Then obviously you explain why it was hard.
Well, the lady in front, so you could hear there was like maybe 2 or 3 people giving a shot per line that you were going through, and I heard the lady in front say she kept hitting bone, and I was like, the fuck,
dude, I'm terrified.
Maybe it's just like a really skinny person or something.
I'm so freaking terrified of needles. If I were to get it, or when I get it, I would like the single shot one.
The J&J. I thought you already got your first one.
No, they didn't really open it up to service industry until like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, wow. Well, I think in Austin now you can just hit up CVS or Walgreens. You just got to check every day.
I think H-E-B is the one.
Cool.
Well,
or
whatever. Yeah, or whatever. Walgreens.
The J&J. So J&J, you're going to get just one and get it over with, but they say the efficacy is not as good. So I don't know. You don't get a choice. You know that, right? You're not going to get a choice. They just, you get what they have.
I understand. I'm just saying, that's the one I would like because I don't like fucking needles. Is that okay with you, dude?
I asked for the placebo. Oh, dude.
Sugar. This is the sugar water solution, right?
I need water. Sugar water.
Dude, you remember that throwback? Remember when I asked if anybody ever asked you if you look like Edgar from?
That's why I said that right now. It's a classic. I didn't see it, but I believe you. Moment in history.
Moment. Maybe we could. I mean, I have like audio clips all over our Instagram, so everybody should go back and listen to those.
So I'll say this, and let you know too. I was kind of struggling with what to do with audio clips, and I considered making sort of like lyric videos for them. You know what I mean? With like maybe pictures of some of the stuff that we're talking about. But I actually reached out to a buddy of mine who does animation. And I'm no promises, but we are discussing. No, we're just
news, everybody.
It's not big news. It's not big. It's not big or fake. It's just in discussion. We are discussing the possibility of maybe animating a couple 2-minute audio clips from our old thing, like Bird Cocktail and some of that old stuff. It would. So like I can't really. It's a lot of work, but we're talking about doing like 1 or 2 of the 2 minutes.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, and he's the guy who did all the Caroline stuff for a stream. He does really good work. It's just it's time consuming.
I always wonder I always wonder like how that all started. Like, it was just like some fan pages that start doing it, or like you think that, or has it always been something people sourced out to have their like podcast animated?
I've wondered about it ever since the Bill Burr shit, because I don't know how long you've been into his podcast, but like 4 or 5 years ago, you could look up the clips on YouTube, and it was always the same YouTube channel that showed a gun and it said, "Like a boss." That was how every video started. Yeah. And he would show clips from whatever Bill Burr was talking about while Bill Burr talked, right? Yeah. And then out of nowhere, I went to that channel, and it's official Bill Burr now, and it's all animated. The clips are, And so I do think that maybe they don't outsource it from the beginning, but I think that they're seeing people do it now, and it's starting to catch on.
Well, Theo Von's is the one that I've like. I think Theo Von's pretty damn funny, but like he's
Yeah, he's hilarious. I love Theo.
But like, his animations, I watch them all the time because they're done so well. But anyways, whatever. Yeah, animations for podcasts are great.
I kind of feel like, did you ever watch I think it was Vice who did the This Can't Be Happening or Wild Stories or whatever, and a celebrity tells a wild story and it's all animated? That was the first time I ever saw it.
Oh, like Banana Pudding?
Or like that stand-up comedian who goes back to that rich meth head's house and she destroys her whole house and the husband pays him money to never tell the story.
Yeah, that's right. And he tells the story. And so like, Banana Pudding, the story of Diane Ward with Kanye West.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Bushwick Bill losing his eye.
Yes, yeah. So those are great. Those were the first time I had ever seen that. But that's kind of the idea that I have behind it is like that.
Hey, can I show you in the customer something?
Yeah, please. I have a lot of show and tell stuff too.
My lantern.
Oh my gosh, is that a Jeff original up there?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck yeah, dude. We both have a Jeff original hanging. I have 2 hanging.
And then also, just for our customers out there, Joel's been pointing out that I've been glitchy and kind of laggy. Right back at you, bud. Your little robot-y. Just so you know, not bad.
Am I? Okay. Well, customers, just so I'm sure you all know this because you're not stupid. But if the video is ever just giving you a really hard time, Spotify should sound fine. The actual audio podcast should sound totally fine. If you just ever can't deal with it, I mean, most of you aren't on the YouTube anyway. But
yeah, all 29 of you, thank you so much.
Well, actually, it's only 26 when you realize that me, you, and Caroline are subscribed.
Well, when you put it that way,
I'm gonna unsubscribe real quick. I want my numbers to be true. The other day, I logged into the I Didn't See It Instagram page and liked one of my moving picture house posts because I didn't like the numbers I was getting. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, stop.
Dude, I mean, it's crazy because like people listen to this and they just like, but I get it. Like I listen to a bunch of podcasts I might be subscribed to their podcast, but I do not go to their pages and stuff like 100%,
that. Dude. And I don't mind that. That's how this started. It's definitely not the customer's fault that A, this came out of nowhere. B, we did very little to promote it at first. And D, I just, it's just us.
I mean, yeah, I know it's just us, but also we didn't promote it because you wouldn't promote it.
I know.
You said we're promoting this. I said, hey, should we start following people back on Instagram? You're like, no.
Oh, we should. Okay, so my thoughts are that we should not follow anyone on Instagram.
Oh, we can unfollow all of them.
You're all going down. You don't even like the stuff.
Yeah, you don't like our stuff. Only the Canadians do. So y'all get to stay.
Dude,
we got a commenter.
Yeah, we got a couple. Dude, actually, I've had a couple people reaching out to me lately through DMs, and shout out to all those people. Dudes, I've been getting some super seriously supportive messages to both of us from people who like are not the normal people to hit me up about it, which has been really cool. And thank you to those people.
Yeah, thanks. I wish Joel would send me these DMs. I appreciate it.
I will show you these DMs. I want to show off.
You think I should keep it? You think my goatee should stay?
No.
Done. Staying.
No.
Yes.
Just get rid of this part.
Why?
Huh? Because I want you to go full.
I don't shave this. That's the thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I just want to see what you would. How long have you had that? Because I'm tripping out. Weren't you just a mustache for a good minute?
Dude, remember I used to always wear a mustache, and I had like somewhat of a beard with flat.
I think I like the goatee. I'm sorry, I like the goatee. I take that back.
A little bit. I like it. to.
I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's it's so if it connected, I would say fuck no, because that's too Chris Kirkpatrick-y, Chris Gainsey.
Patrick, who's that?
NSYNC. You might know him from that Eminem lyric, Chris Kirkpatrick. You could get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Or
for sure.
Oh, somebody. I got a message from somebody about a good Moby song.
Oh, really?
And it was from a movie, and now I can't. Fuck, I was gonna bring it up. Somebody had sent me a song from a movie. It's Moby, and apparently that's what the big famous song was. I don't know.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. Here, I want to show off a couple things. I want to show off a couple dumb things real quick and just get it out of the way.
Go ahead.
So my birthday is in a week. It's
That's
on April
true.
13th. And Caroline's birthday is April 27th. And so basically towards like the end of March, we both start ordering each other's birthday presents.
Yeah.
And they just kind of come in piecemeal through the whole month. So she's gotten me a few things, but today this showed up. And it's the bus from Speed. She made it for me. It doesn't say Speed anywhere. So it's just a picture of a bus. I fucking love it so much. It's like extremely detailed. It has the correct bus number. It says the correct place they're going to, but it does not say Speed anywhere. You would
awesome.
never know. So I bought myself this. And it showed up today, and this is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever bought on eBay. It 100%, the second I bought it, I knew I've gone too far on eBay. This is a ticket to the premiere of Speed 2. That was like 27 years ago or some shit.
Wild.
So anyway, I got this ticket.
How much did it cost?
With shipping, $6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
not bad. And then she also got me this Phoebe Bridgers' album Punisher on a green cassette.
You talk about Phoebe Bridgers all the time. I've never heard her.
I am kind of a big fucking fan of hers.
Kind of a big fucking fan. Noted.
I really fucking love it. It can be. I've heard a lot of people be like, "Man, this is mad corny," but the lyrics are so not corny that it kind of. Does that make sense? It's very saccharine music, but
like Alex Cameron, it's super corny, but when you really listen to it, it's like it's pretty fucked up.
Right. It's most of her stuff is very soft, either piano or acoustic kind of ballads, but the lyrics are so fucking like narcissistic, or not narcissistic, pessimistic, and sometimes very dark. And it really caught my ear from like the first time. I just really dig it.
Cool.
Remember that video, the Wednesday, where he would go, "It's Wednesday, my dudes." Ah!
You remember our boy that always told the weather?
Oh, dude, he's
Saturday, April 13th. Him?
Extremely famous.
Yeah, I know. It's wild.
He has action figures.
Huh? Oh, yeah. No, for sure. He has action figures. But, like, dude, I follow him on Instagram. He's like, "This is a picture a fan made of me, and I'm posting it for you all to see."
I know, I love it. He is no frills, dude. I love to me. That's
Sorry.
Fuck. No, it's fine. I have him saved on my. I follow him on Reddit. He posts on Reddit all the time. You know what, dude? There's no way I'm gonna be able to find that right now. I'm gonna have to dig through too much Reddit porn of him.
him in his pornos.
Yeah, he makes pornos. He goes, "Saturday night, I'm gonna be inside of you."
His pornos or his porno collection, or both.
Boner Jams 97.
Hey, do you hear they're trying there's like a weird partition? Been behind a few of those in my day.
Behind, heard, knife, hot,
sharp. So effective.
What were you gonna say? A partition for what?
And they're trying to get Johnny Depp on my TV. It's a bunch of beautiful oceans and stuff. I don't know, but Johnny's
just watching TV.
Johnny Depp trying to get him back as Captain Jack Sparrow or whatever, and like there's a shit ton of signatures.
Look, I'm gonna just I don't know, man. I'm gonna tread real carefully on this one, but at this point, from everything that I've seen that's public, and I feel like a lot of motherfuckers have deep opinions on this without knowing any of the actual facts or without at least looking past headlines and like stuff. I feel pretty confident in saying that they are both absolutely terrible people who neither one of them may deserve a second shot. I'm sorry, but like some of the things that he's openly said and done to her are abhorrent, and some of the things that she's on tape doing are equally abhorrent. I think they both just maybe need to take a step away. It seems like that was extremely toxic on both sides.
I didn't shit. I know what you're talking about, him and Amber Heard or whatever.
Heard. Yeah.
Heard. I mean, just from the headline stuff, I never really dove too far into it. But like I said, but the thing about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they're fun. They're a good time.
Look at this guy.
What's up, Rocky? Everybody say hello to Rocky.
Hey, I need to let him out. He wants to get out.
Gotta take a big old fat Alabama slammer. That's what I've been calling pooping lately. Alabama slamming. Not that there's anything wrong in Alabama. I've actually been to parts of Alabama that are gorgeous. The north part is covered in beautiful trees, old trees, and the southern part is covered in Gulf water and sand. But they poop too. Everybody I've ever met from Alabama, I assure you, poop just like the rest of us. So Alabama slammer it is. Joel.
Yes.
How you been?
I'm good, man.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
We starting the podcast over some?
Oh, is that what I said earlier?
That's word for word what you said earlier.
I know I talk like I work a lot and everything, but I have been working a lot.
You have been working a lot, and I totally, who cares? Are we gonna talk about Godzilla and Kong?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So we both watched it. Do you want to go first?
Yes, but the reason I just had that moment, it's because there was an X on the screen. It has had this weird itch to click it, so I was like, I might accidentally fuck all this up. This was like,
dude, that's weird because earlier you were talking and my brain was like, press escape, and my body was like really close to doing it, and I kind of pulled myself away from doing it. I don't know what those are called, intrusive thoughts, and like when it's for something like drive your car off this bridge, obviously that's like a very small thought, but
that's
that
actually
escape one. I legit was this close to pushing it.
Hang up. You're talking to your mom. Oh, Mom, it's so good to see you. I love you so much. Hang up.
Yeah.
No, but that's also referred to as
intrusive thoughts.
Imp of the perverse.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's what the imp of the perverse is. Like when you had that sudden urge, like I'm just going to jerk this goddamn wheel into a bridge embankment.
Right. But and see those, everything. I feel like everybody has those, or like go kick that kid or whatever. But like, there is no. Come on, man. You've never, dude. Let me just posit this for you. I went to go see Toy Story 4 with my parents and Caroline. Okay. First off, my dad didn't really want to be there. He wanted to go see Men in Black, but we were like, we're gonna go see Toy Story 4. Like 10 minutes into the movie, it's sold out, and this little kid curls up next to my dad and just falls asleep. And it was so uncomfortable I could just tell through the whole movie he just wanted to be like, God, just wake up and get out of here. And like, you want to kick that kid. You can't kick that kid though. But you can press escape.
So the kick the kid thing, that's more just your inner urges of being a bad person. The thing about Emperor the Perverse is like, like that split second of, I'm going to drive off the road and kill myself. And it's like, what the fuck? And you just keep going. That is premeditated child abuse, what you're referring to, that you don't act upon.
In the split second, you go, I'm going to punt that fucking kid to the moon. That's not child.
But it's...
You don't do it, and you don't think about it again. You don't think about it again.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
It's not rocket everywhere. I got such bad allergies. I'm sorry, everybody. But so when I was a kid, my Black Sheep came out at the same time as White Squall.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's very true.
So the reason I know this is because my dad's best friend died. Like, and he was a very good guy.
Like at the same time, like the same weekend, or
yeah, when Black Sheep came out. And I remember my dad was like devastated. He just lost his best friend, of course. Devastated. And my grandpa my mom's dad was very close to my father, and he's like, let's go to a movie. Let's get your mind out, like just give you a moment to just like have like some wind down time. And my grandpa was from the Bronx, Italian, no nonsense kind of guy, right? I think I've only heard him laugh a few times. And if he's laughing, but he's a great guy. I loved him. And so so he's like, me, you, and Doug are gonna go to a movie. And I'm like, we're about to go see Black Sheep with my grandpa? And I wanted to see Black Sheep so bad. And I remember like, you can't just suggest we're going to see Black Sheep. You know what I mean? I'm
right.
Like,
no. Well, when you're a kid and you get asked to go to the movies, if the trip wasn't for you, you have no fucking say. You're going to see what they want to go see.
My grandpa's like, Chuck, let's go see White Squall. My dad,
isn't that a movie about like people dying?
My dad is devastated. I'm a kid. I'm like, I didn't know what the movie was about. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like we should take my dad to a comedy. Anyways, so we go to White Squall. Badass movie, by the way.
Oh, I love that movie. Jeff Bridges fucking rules in that movie.
Only seen it once, and it was this time. Like when it comes on, and like because the ship goes down, and all the fucking kids die. They fucking kill a dolphin.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I remember like looking at my dad. My dad's just like, and my grandpa just like kind of like, uh-oh. And so it all happens and everything. And I remember watching the movie, and I'm just like, tears pouring down my eyes.
Really?
Dude, that movie fucking was heart-wrenching.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just didn't cry at a movie till I was like in my late teens.
I was a kid. My dad's broken to bits. My grandpa's trying to do the right thing, takes us to fucking see White Squall. And I never forget, I walked out and I love that movie, dude. I cherish that memory strangely.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Because when I look back on it, there's so much comedy within tragedy, obviously, right?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And so looking back on it, it's a great memory, but I always think about that. I'm like, man, my grandpa took my dad to see White Squall to make him feel better about his best friend passing away.
That was a poor choice for sure. It
was a great movie though.
Did you? Here's a question though, and I have a follow up for it. But did you see Black Sheep in theaters? Honestly,
no, I didn't. But
okay, check it out.
But the moment it came on VHS, I fucking used all my lawnmower money to buy it.
Obviously, I didn't see Tommy Boy in theaters either. I think because maybe my parents thought I was too young at that point. But Black Sheep, I could go see PG-13s, whatever, with friends and shit. But this is what happened to me. Me and somebody from our hometown, really good friend of mine, family friend of ours and stuff. I grew up with this guy. He's a year older than me. He invited me to go with him and his two grandmas, to go see a movie. And we could pick
grandmas.
Yeah, he had two grandmas who lived in town, like on both sides of his parents' family or whatever. And they were friends and often would babysit him and sometimes both of us.
Okay.
And so we would go to the flicks and stuff, and he was like, do you want to go see a movie? And it was opening weekend for Black Sheep. And we spent all day together planning, we're going to Black Sheep tonight. And that was the plot, you know what I mean? There was no deviations. And we fucking pull up to the theater, and his sweetest ladies in the world looks and goes, all right, we're here at the theater. And I look up, and we're at the wrong theater of Victoria. Because I knew from the paper which one we were supposed to be at. I looked at him and I was like, we're at the wrong theater. This ain't Black Sheep. And we go see Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh God!
This is a movie for like straight up adults and elderly people.
For two old grandmas.
Yeah, and I fucking hated it, and he fucking hated it. But the next weekend, I go with my mom to Austin to visit my aunt, and they're like, let's go see a movie. And I'm like, please God, Black Sheep. And they're like, no, we're not going to go see Black Sheep. Guess what we go see? Mr. Holland's Opus. 2 times in 1 weekend. And I'm losing my shit. I just want to see Black Sheep. And anyway, now I love Mr. Holland's Opus. It's one of my favorite movies. Go figure.
It's a good movie, dude. Like the whole scene, like where the ambulance is like, the fire truck's blaring.
Yeah, I know.
oh, the baby's ears.
And when John Lennon dies, and the son's asking his dad what's wrong, and the dad says you wouldn't understand, and the son's like, you don't think I understand music and beauty and all? Dude, that movie's fucking great, dude. And if it doesn't make you cry, you're a fucking broken person.
He's like, you're the baby's ears, and they're like, oh no, I guess we gotta punt this baby into the freaking fire.
They yeet the baby to the moon.
So I had this image when I know I keep on referring to me having images of you, but you're like, excuse me, everyone. Joel's blowing all that freaking vape in my face. I just honestly just can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, when you're talking about yeeting a baby in a movie theater, I just had this image of just be like taking the baby, like swinging it, and just like chunking it.
Like Freddy Got Fingered style?
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen Freddy Got Fingered?
No.
Why?
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Okay. That's an okay movie, but what about Freddy Got Fingered?
That's from Freddy Got Fingered.
It's from Dodgeball.
Same thing.
That's from Dodgeball. Freddy Got Fingered, though, he delivers a baby and then swings it around by its umbilical cord and then bites its umbilical cord with his teeth.
So is Freddy Got Fingered the one with Tom Green, or is that the one with the imaginary friend?
No, it's the Tom Green one.
Okay.
Written and directed by Tom Green. And the DVD case is just nothing but quotes from people about how terrible it is. What about dude, that movie, the fact that movie exists is something seriously special. If you go back and watch it, I mean, there is, and I'm trying to figure out what word I can say to not get immediately taken down on YouTube. There's like animal and human stuff in that movie that just goes so far overboard that you can't believe that they actually had a crew there filming it. You know what I mean? There's moments in that movie that are shocking in their like depravity.
You know, you and I, we take pretty big. We're pretty tame in the language and the things we talk about. Dude, there's some podcasts, like huge podcasts out there, and videos and titles on YouTube that are terrible.
Oh, I know. I just don't want to risk it. There's certain words that flag you immediately, and we already said one of them. So. Well,
and also that's not really our style.
No, I know, but I caught when we said one of them earlier, and I was like, okay, I made a mental note of it, so I don't want to do 2 in 1.
Who said it?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like a bad word or anything. It's just something that's gonna flag in YouTube. It was when we were talking about yeeting the kid. You called it. Well, there goes the kid. Yeah. That's like an immediate flag for them. Those 2 words together.
Well, you're the one talking about doing it.
No, I just said I'd eat the kid. You could say that. You just can't say
it's talking about doing it. You're talking about it happening.
Right.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, when you yeet that kid to the moon. Oh, dude. So
funny.
It is. Can you imagine you're walking down the street and you just see a kid flying to the moon?
Ow.
I was at Target today, and I'm super obsessed with candles. Like, I buy a shit ton of candles.
You're obsessed with that, Casper. There is something quite uncomfortable about that.
So anyway, I was at Target and I was looking at candles, and they had this new brand that I'd never seen before. And all the candles, the brands all try to catch your eye with like fancy containers and glass or whatever.
Okay.
And like the packaging looks nice. And this one looked cool and had like planets and shit on it, and it was like really sleek. And so I picked it up and started smelling them, and they're good. And I smelled this one; it smelled really good. And I looked, and it was just called Uranus. And I got a kick out of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab a beer, and then let's talk about lizard versus donkey.
Okay, for sure. So Doug tells me it's National Beer Day. Dude, I'll be honest. I've been cutting back on drinking a lot. Like, if I drink at all, it's like maybe 2 beers, and that's about it. But he said it was National Beer Day, so I went and grabbed one from the fridge. This is a Sierra Nevada hazy little thing IPA. It's good. I actually just tried their Big Little Thing IPA, and it was like 9%, and honestly gave me a terrible hangover the next day. I usually don't get hangovers from beer, but I had an awful hangover from it, and it tasted good. It just, I don't know, something about the way that one was brewed did not sit well with me.
I'm drinking my favorite cheap beer I've been drinking since we started drinking. Lone Star Light. It is crisp, refreshing, and affordable. So please,
Facts.
treat yourself to a Lone Star Light.
I can't do it because I'll drink too many because it's almost like it gets refreshing. It's like one of those beers that's refreshing.
Yes, and it has little to no flavor, which I enjoy.
See, that's kind of where I start to, because it reminds me of the beers that used to gross me out. Like, I still can't drink any Bud beer, and I like just
beer,
natty ice and shit like that. I can't do it, bro. Or natty light, whatever. All the
going to a bar and being like,
need a Bud Ice.
I'll just have a Bud, like Bud, like
a Bud Ice,
any Bud beer.
Yes, I'd like a Michelob Ultra.
Please. Imagine just going to a nice, decent bar and be like, the lady will have a Naked and Famous, and I will have a Bud Ice.
I'll take a Coors Banquet.
Yellow Bellies are great.
I fucking hate how hip that's becoming. And frankly, and I get it, they're good. And I also liked it. But really, are we really going to do this? So I know, but like, dude, honestly, though, you got to feel me on that. Are we really going to do this with this like we did with PBR and Bushmills and all these brands that we prop up and they start overcharging?
They're it's so wild that you're saying that, because I went to the store earlier. I thought I was going to have to break up a fight, but the whole time I'm like, what the shit? And I go and I grab a 6-pack of Coors Banquet, swear to God. And I looked at the tag and it was $10.
Yes. What's happening?
Whoa.
This is crazy.
I looked over at my tried and true Blue Cat Lone Star Light, and I was like, $7.
See,
no shit.
This is my theory on that. Because Lone Star is it doesn't need to be hip. It's been hip because it's the cheap Texas beer. You know what I mean?
And that and Pearl.
Yeah, and there is no they don't need to do anything special. But these other beers are not used to that, and they see one of their cheaper beers blowing up, and that to them is just dollar signs, and they're burning bridges. Because honestly, when was the last time you saw anybody at a bar order Bushmills, a drink with Bushmills?
You do realize Bushmills is whiskey?
I know. When was the last time you saw it? Is that still a very popular whiskey to put in your drink?
Well, it's an Irish whiskey, so if you're a fan of Irish whiskey, maybe. But it's not even the one of the. I don't drink Bushmills. I drink.
I'm just saying from like 2011. Till 2013, I started seeing billboards all over downtown LA pop up for Bushmills, and the only reason you would do that is to advertise to like hipsters and shit.
Of course.
Yeah, and it just Bushmills was cheaper, and then all of a sudden I saw it and it was like 30 for a 750, and that's crazy to me.
No, it is crazy. I mean, that's what happened with like Patron. That's what happens with all kinds of stuff, Jolie.
Oh, I know. It's just weird to me that Coors Banquet is actually going to start charging. I just saw some the other day, and I was pretty shocked how expensive they were.
What I'm about to show you is going to blow your freaking brains right out your ass. Seriously.
Ready.
So the beer I'm about to post behind me is born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. It is now brewed in the Fort Worth, Dallas area, where you're at. And it was notorious growing up as being a shitty beer. You drank this for $1 all the way up until 5 years ago. And now, Pearl. Do you see it?
Yep. I mean, not really, but I know what it is.
Pearl is in bottles now. It's always been canned in an ugly yellow can, or not yellow, Pearl's always been great because it's cheap to drink and it's a Texas beer, but now it's bottled, and a fucking $5 to $6 6-pack is now like $8 to $9. Wow. And all they did was put it in bottles. And granted, the only reason they would do that is simply to change the image, and they obviously have a serious deal. They with the bottle, or they just have all these bottles, and they have a bottling line. It's affordable. It's probably like cost them 10 cents to make a bottle. Shit, probably like 3 cents to make a bottle. So anyways.
No, that's wild. Yeah,
and I was so excited to see it, and I started drinking it, and I'm like, dude, this shit's fucking expensive. So I mean, drink Pearl to support a Texas beer. But honestly, like the bottles are, I don't know. It's just if it was just I just feel for the price. It's like, I'll just drink a Lone Star out of a can.
You know what's a trip?
Out of a can.
You know what's a trip, dude? Do you ever drink Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay. So in when I lived in North Hollywood, there was a lot more Spanish-owned like convenience stores and shit than there were when I was in regular Hollywood. And so like the beer selection was a lot different. And Victoria and Tecate were the two most common cheap beers at all those stores. And when I first started drinking beers was like 2010, 2011, and Victoria was my go-to. And like you could get two massive Victoria, like whatever, 24 ounces or whatever, for like $3, you know, for two of them. And then I came here, and I remember going with Jeff to the gas station by our house, and they had those Victoria tall cans, and they were like $4 a piece.
Damn.
And I thought maybe that was because it's easier to import it there. Maybe, I don't know. That's just a beer you don't ever see here. Foster's. That's a beer that I saw a bunch of people drink in LA that nobody drinks here.
Yeah, nobody drinks that here. When I was in Australia, I was told that nobody drinks Foster's over there. Then I met an Australian that was a typical Australian, and I was so honored to be in his presence. He's like, "Yeah, we drink Foster's." It's like, "Let's drink Foster's," and we fucking drank Foster's. It was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. What's some other ones that you don't really see? Like, cause like sodas, like Shasta. We don't have that really around here.
We don't? Yeah, I guess not. Dude, Faygo, that gas station I keep referring to, the one across the street from my place, they have Faygo.
Anytime I see it, I get excited, but I never buy it.
I've never had it. I never tried Faygo ever.
Didn't you have someone at the Beavis and Butthead party? Because remember it was in the green room from the ICP show like a week prior?
No, that was the night before.
Oh,
no,
okay. Yeah.
No, that was the night after, right?
Yeah, but there was Faygo in the green room. I had a little tiny cup of it.
No, I did not have a little tiny cup of Faygo in the green room. No, I did not. We ever gonna get that stuff back, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Forget Joel. What did I say?
You were like, dude, I don't know where any of our stuff is.
I pulled up to you, and I'm like, I don't know where any of our stuff is. Do you have any of our stuff? You just go, no. It's like, dude, we spent hundreds of dollars on crazy shit.
Crazy shit.
Left it there.
Left it all over the place. We left it all over the place. We left it on the benches and in the green room and with people. And
dude, that was a night to not remember, literally, because I can barely remember anything from it.
I don't know how, but I have an extremely clear memory of everything up until we get in the cab to leave.
Dude, I was covered. I woke up the next day covered in like green paste. It was wild.
I still remember that girl being like, "That guy's voice is fucking annoying." Like, yeah, you bitch, I'm Beavis.
Yeah. On that stage. Dude, that's the first time I think I was ever like, I do not want to fucking be here.
I love
it. Stage, I was so fucking uncomfortable, and you're like in your element, so it made it fine. But I was like, I cannot believe what the fuck I'm doing, and I had to fucking jump off the stage barefoot, sprint to the fucking the slime booth. That was crazy. Anyways, so let's talk about Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, for sure. I mean. First and foremost, I was working on a review. I sent you the intro or whatever.
Let's do the Ebert, the old school Siskel and Ebert way. So you talk, tell me how you feel about it, and then I'll tell you if I agree or disagree afterwards.
Okay, so I don't. Damn. Well, so anyways, I'm quite biased. I'm a Godzilla fan, always have been, probably, and I most certainly always will be. So I was extremely excited for this movie to come out. I was anticipating the moment it was announced, and it even being released on HBO Max, I was even more enthralled because I mean, I could have watched it the moment it was released, right? No standing lines, all that stuff. So I was extremely excited. The hype was really jarring to me because it felt like a lot of people were rooting for Kong and everybody was leaving my man out. My freaking Gojira out. So, I had like this really chip on my shoulder with it coming out because we don't know what's going to happen. So with the whole
wait, give me 1 second. I just want to say because I just thought of this. Let's keep it, and I'm going to try to do this the right way for once. Let's keep this spoiler free. while we both give our opinions, and then after we've both given our opinions, we'll get into spoilers. So I'm giving everybody a warning. I feel like we'll probably talk for the next like 5-6 minutes, and then we'll get closer to spoilers. So you have some time, but if you haven't watched it, you're gonna want to skip ahead, and I will put in the description when to start and when to stop skipping.
Okay, so I will go ahead and fine. I'll thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
that gives me a little bit more guidance. So we came to the movie. The anticipation was there, and I must say, I was completely in the entire movie, even with the narrative and the character arcs and all that stuff. Like, it wasn't just monster based, well, which is great, but the monsters, if you will, Kong and Godzilla have a tremendous amount of personality. The story is told so well, in my opinion, without them actually using language, if you will, or
sure,
you know what I mean? What's the word?
Dialogue.
Thank you. And so, and I think for a guy like me that's a fan of monster films, not horror films, but monster films like that, I think it really scratches that itch, and I think it is a really good take on a great modern take on two classic heroes, really. So,
yeah, I could not agree more.
Yeah, I loved it.
I could not agree more. I had an absolute blast with it. I am a fan of Godzilla and King Kong franchises in as much as I've seen basically all of them. I've seen all the Showa era Godzilla, and I've seen all the classic King Kong. I wouldn't say that they're my go-to to ever put on. To be quite honest, the one I've seen the most is the 98 American Godzilla, and it's awful, but that's the one I connected with most as a kid. Probably because it was American. But I was a big fan of Godzilla 2000 when that came out, which I think was probably my first introduction to the more Japanese style of those movies.
Yeah, the cameras in that I don't know what they shot it on, but like the textures and stuff in that Godzilla 2000 are quite
old school.
Yeah, it's really, but it's cool. Like,
I think it's because it's shot on film, and a lot of stuff had just started being shot in digital, so it was even more jarring. I'd have to check on that though. But back to GVK, like I had a blast start to finish. I had some problems with the characters. But to be frank, the characters have been shit in every single one of these movies from the beginning of time, with the exception of maybe Shin Godzilla, which is basically a masterpiece of modern Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
So thinking about it that way, I guess I really don't have any complaints. Although, if this wasn't if this wasn't a franchise that had already basically established that they don't know what to do with their human characters, I may have cared more. But it never affected me. I thought the length was fantastic. Please keep more movies under 2 hours. It just helps. It helps so much to not be. I hate when I'm enjoying a movie and I pause to go to the bathroom and the bar is still this long, and I'm like, I'm enjoying this, but can I enjoy it for that much longer? You know? Yeah. And with this, I got up to pee, and I was sure we were only like halfway through, and I got up to pee and paused, and there was like 30 minutes left, and I was like, yes. So that's I absolutely enjoyed it. So that was the spoiler-free territory. We are now going to be getting into spoilers. Doug, do you want to go first, or do you just want to kind of spitball back and forth about things?
We can spitball.
My biggest complaint of this movie, when I saw the trailer the first time, I texted one of my best friends from Austin is an insanely massive Godzilla fan, massive, so I was mostly conferring back and forth with him. And when the first trailer came out, I texted him, I saw Mecha Godzilla in that trailer, and it was like a flash of like a red eye or something, I think. And I just knew in that moment that there was no way they were going to fight through the whole movie. Yeah. My biggest complaint of the movie and seeing how it all unfolded was the entire subplot with the conspiracy host and Eleven and her little friend. That shit was just there to propel the Mechagodzilla narrative, but you could take it out and the Mechagodzilla narrative exists exactly the same because it kept flashing back to Damien Bashir, the bad guy. So we were getting that story regardless. I fucking hated that subplot, and it could have been completely cut out. It was so pointless. Think about that subplot. Nothing happened of any weight or importance. There's a couple of moments that get intense, and then no payoff.
No, yeah. I mean, I didn't really think about it that way, but you're right. I do. I mean, there really is no.
Also, you've seen all these movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Eleven's mom literally caused a huge disaster 1 movie ago.
Yeah.
And she's already talking shit to people for starting disasters. Like, maybe you should take a step back, bitch. Your mom just almost killed everyone.
By 11, you're referring to Millie Bobby Brown's character, right?
Yeah, I hated her in this movie. I could not stand her character in this. She was such a jerk to everyone. Her friend is loaning her his brother's van. He can't take it. He's nervous as fuck about it. And this jerk has the audacity to go, get in or don't get in. I'm taking the van, and starts burning off, and he has to jump in. That's fucking what?
When she confronts her dad, and he's like, "It's been a pretty hard day. Can you give Pop a break?"
Bro, he could. The first thing I told Caroline was he could not have been in the movie, and it would have made no fucking difference.
No, yeah, he's only in that one scene, right? Two scenes.
He had 2 scenes where all he did was worry about his idiot kid who was off doing idiot stuff.
And I thought it was pretty wild how they ended up in Hong Kong, but whatever, that's fun too. But here's the thing: so
Elon Musk was watching that scene, just whacking his dick off so hard. Just they fucking love it. They're gonna love it.
So, but with all that said, when it comes to the human characters, that dialogue, I really didn't pay too much mind to it because I was just anticipating what was to come.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? Fuck it. Like, I can't even zone out of this and just be prepared for the fights, whatever. But something that did annoy me is I love King Kong, and I think he's a great character, and I do like that they made him like a heartfelt character, and not like just a vile beast,
Sure.
But I really didn't appreciate that they gave him so much lead, made it so much about him.
I agree so it's weird. I agree with that 50-50 because Godzilla had that movie with King of the Monsters. We fell in love with Godzilla as that adorable character, or not adorable, but heartfelt character through King of the Monsters. If you go back and watch Skull Island, Kong is just vicious. There's really no humanity to him, and I think in order to make you connect, they had to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, they just made, and it's quite apparent, right when the movie gets rocking and rolling, that Godzilla is not turning on anybody. Right. It's quite apparent that there's something going on to make him fucking start destroying.
And if you know the lore, you know what's happening immediately because there's one line that gives it away. Somebody says
Predator.
No, somebody says, when did they open a robotics facility? And I was like, he heard Mechagodzilla. And that's 10 minutes into the movie. So if you knew the lore, you could pick up on it.
They had to do that, keep it under the 2-hour mark, I'd imagine, right? You can't
that buddy of mine actually ended up not liking it, which is weird because he fucking thought King of the Monsters was the movie of the year. So I thought for sure because I thought this was much better than all those movies. So I thought he would love it. And his big thing was he felt like it was cut up way too much. He feels like there's at least an hour more of movie we didn't get.
Well, probably.
Yeah, but I don't know what I would want more. I don't need more.
So the reason I kept on saying donkeys because I thought you were calling it donkey. So I was like, oh, we might be referring to Donkey Kong.
Oh, no, I think it should be monkey. I think I told you that the first time you said it. I thought you had mistyped it, and I still don't get the donkey.
Well, now that I type it, it just says donkey every time. So
oh, I remember one thing that I wanted to bring up because this has been a problem as far as I can think, and I mean it's not as apparent in the old ones, and I mean the old ones, but this has been a problem with every King Kong movie, and surprisingly, not been a problem with any Godzilla movie, in my opinion. And I wonder why. And I don't know if you noticed this, but holy shit, King Kong changed sizes about 100 times in that movie. There were scenes where he was taller than mountains, and then scenes where he was in buildings. And that shit doesn't parse out.
Well, maybe they were just using forced perspective,
Not because there's humans around sometimes and stuff, so you can really see. Dude, I'm telling you, he's bigger at the beginning than he is on the ship. He's bigger on the ship than he is on Hollow Earth. And then he's bigger than all of that at the end when he's fighting Kong, or when he's fighting Godzilla.
Well, maybe, yeah, I did notice when they're on that freighter pushing him through, he did look much smaller than he should have been. And he's also like pretty small versus Kong in that fight.
Right. But then when they're fighting in
versus Godzilla.
But when they're fighting in Tokyo with all the neon and shit.
Hong Kong
rather, he's fucking massive. They're both bigger than the skyscrapers. It changes throughout the whole movie. But dude, that's like the rampage that Dwayne Johnson probably. I loved that movie. Did you really? I loved it. I had fun with it too. I watched it. It's stupid. I'll never watch it again, but it was dumb. It was dumb but fun. No, but that was like the rampage fight that I was looking for. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, and also the freaking so the first fight with Kong and Godzilla in the water, dude. So badass. Huh? So badass. Okay, so like, you know when you anticipate something in a movie and like the first second it snaps in, that freaking totally, of course. I haven't felt that in a long time. Sure. And I was like watching that movie, and I might have just been like, I just remember being like, I don't remember like what position I left, but I remember being like literally on the edge of my seat and just like, oh yeah. Bro. I haven't had that feeling watching a freaking action movie in a long ass time. Oh, for sure. For an action movie, fuck man, it's been a long. I think the last time a movie got me excited through action was probably District 9. Yeah. And you know what I do like though? But now that I said that about Kong and like them giving him too much I felt like it was a little bit imbalanced with the story to Godzilla. But then I think about like watching it like Godzilla versus Mothra when we were kids. That it was the same. Godzilla doesn't even come out until like the later end of the movie, and it is really all about the moth. You know, so I mean, maybe I should check myself on that. It's really weird because a big complaint for this Monsterverse, starting with 2014, has been that there's not enough Godzilla and way too much humans. And going back, I can say 100%, Godzilla 2014 is a bad movie with a really good trailer and an awesome final 5 minutes. That movie's not good, and Godzilla's in 2 scenes. It's crazy. What does he kill? The Mufo? I don't even remember. The giant, but when he freaking radiation beams. Yeah, that's awesome. That part's awesome. Oh, dude, it's so cool. It's like the final shot of the movie, though. The thing is, dude, like, you know, you brought up Godzilla, the American version from '98, when they refer to as Zilla, and that's like a terrible Godzilla and everything. But like, the thing I love about this Godzilla is they brought him back to his you mentioned earlier, like his adorability, if you will. You know what I mean? He like has those big legs and he has that waddle to him, but he's still so badass. And his face isn't silly. It's like a really structured face. You're right. His face isn't silly. However, there's one shot in this movie, and I every time I brought it up, the other person knows what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty sure you'll know what I'm talking about. There is a shot in this movie towards the end where Godzilla looks directly into the camera and smirks. And God damn it, if I didn't think that was one of the fucking coolest shots ever. I was just like, I can't believe they fucking took the time to animate that. He goes, and it is like just that. It's so good. It's funny. So with that battle, and I love it when Godzilla pretty much just freaking hugs up Kong and just like, we're going down, baby. And I like how I guess what I do like is that they do give Godzilla the upper hand in the more, he's obviously the stronger, he fucks Kong up monster, right? So I'll give him that. Titan. And then the humans have to help out Kong, right? Yeah. When they drop those like water bombs, whatever the fuck they're called. So I do like that, and I do love the end battle where they just freaking, when Kong's just like on the ground, they like scream in each other's faces. That part's awesome. That's great. So now I know we're Pulp Fictioning this and bouncing all over. How do you feel about the Hollow Earth? And that's crazy because I was watching this. I'm like, dude, a Hollow Earth? So they've been talking about that since King of the Monsters. It's in Skull Island too. I understand, but like we just saw Hillar. I know. Yeah. What did I think of it? I thought it was fucking awesome. It it looked incredible, and the really stupid ideas that they posited, they made them look cool. I mean, it made no sense. It was really dumb, but I thought it looked awesome.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And like, dude, even him getting to Hollow Earth, and dude,
I got nauseous watching that part, honestly.
Dude, I was getting really upset because they're making that little girl. I'm like, you're making this little girl lie to her best friend,
bro.
But she handled it well. She's like, I don't know.
Best part of that movie, right or wrong?
What, the little girl in Kong's relationship?
Just the little girl in general. She's the only human.
She was great.
She's from Austin.
I know. You keep on telling me that.
I know. She went to the deaf school by my guitar player's house.
On South First Street?
I don't know. I don't know my streets, Doug. It was just there.
Austin School for the Deaf and Blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a school. That's what it's called.
Jam.
No, that's what it's called. It's an actual. Anyways, before.
I know. I said she went to that school.
Cool.
I saw her there.
Why were you there?
I was there.
Just roaming around?
Just there.
Like, excuse me, sir. Are you okay? Just like, huh? Just, oh, I was just.
Sorry, no, I'm just watching.
Yeah, just counting stuff. Anyways, so the Hollow Earth, I thought it was freaking badass. The one thing I could have done without was the axe.
Nah. Yeah, it was kind of dumb, but it gave us one of the coolest shots where he jumps through the air and it swings down on. That was fucking slick.
It is dope. It's like the reason the axe is there is obviously they're gonna make it's a tremendous part of the lore that has been left out for further notice, but the reason that axe was there was to create shots like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm like, okay, I'll get behind it, but at the same time, I was like, he didn't need that.
No, not at all. He's fucking King Kong. He didn't need it. It's interesting, but you know, whatever. So I don't know how many people realize this. This movie was directed by a cat named Adam Wingard, and he's somebody I've been following for a really long time. He made a fantastic horror film called You're Next, and
that's a great movie.
Yeah, and then he made another fantastic movie called The Guest. And then he made a less than stellar remake of Blair Witch and an outright awful adaptation of Death Note. So when I heard that he was making this, right, I was extremely, extremely skeptical. Not skeptical. I was cautiously optimistic because I liked his original stuff. But it seems like the bigger movies that he's been making, they've been getting worse and worse. Death Note's unwatchable.
Blair Witch thing. I can't believe I watched that whole thing.
Blair Witch is pretty fucking bad too. And coming from someone who loves that franchise, that's like, I mean, that movie's bad. So I was pretty, I don't know, cautiously optimistic, but I didn't think it was going to work as well as it did. But before I saw it, they announced that he's the official director of the sequel to Face Off. And I don't know what a sequel to Face Off looks like or if it even works, but I kind of feel a little bit more confident in finding out now.
Interesting. So, like, what is next in the Monsterverse? Who owns this? Warner Brothers?
Interestingly enough, Warner Brothers had a deal with Toho through 2020. And it got pushed because they had to push the release of Godzilla vs. Kong. But that's it. Technically, really? That's it. So the inside baseball is that they were waiting to see how Godzilla vs. Kong parsed out to decide what to do moving forward. Yeah. I would wager a guess that because this movie just single-handedly saved the box office and is single-handedly bringing theaters back.
Yeah.
This movie is what people wanted Tenet to be. It made $50 million domestically opening weekend and about $200 million overseas. So this movie is single-handedly saving us being able to go to theaters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think they would be foolish not to make another one. I think that's almost an impossibility. I'm sure they'll make another one.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing
but this one, I will say though, and then I'll let you. But this one was the first one that didn't have an after credit scene. So I think they.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was definitely excited for one, but there wasn't. Yeah. So Warner Brothers. So obviously Disney owns Marvel. Sony owns DC. Who owns DC?
Warner.
Sony. Warner does too. Yeah. Okay, so the Monsterverse is just another thing.
Franchise. Dude, WB is dead set on having their verse, and I think they found it with Monsterverse. Universal wants their verse to be the Universal Monsterverse, or what they call the Dark Universe, the Dooku. But to be quite honest with you, do you know anyone who wants to see any more of those fucking movies? Look, I know Invisible Man got a lot of hype, but I fucking hated it. I don't fucking care about those Universal monsters. They're fucking corny, dog. Like, I know, like, that shit's corny, bro. Frankenstein and shit.
Dude, Frankenstein's badass. I mean, they can make it
badass, bro. Fuck a Frankenstein.
I mean, Frankenstein, is not.
I like that De Niro movie.
Universal Studios. It's a book written by Mary Shelley.
I know. I'm just saying they're okay. Universal Monsters, though, is that there is a Frankenstein that Universal owns, though.
For sure, I get it, but like they could take it to a different way, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I just they keep trying. They did that Wolfman, then they did that fucking
oh yeah, that's right.
Dracula movie with fucking Aaron Eckhart. They just always fucking suck. I don't know. I think the WB found the formula. If they can keep them as fun and light as Godzilla versus Kong was, I'd watch a couple more. Maybe just a couple more though, because I'd make that like 5 movies in that franchise, 6 movies. That's
what's up. But I mean, well, yeah, cool. Right.
I'm excited. What are we? What's today?
What are you, dude?
We're 20 days away from NK.
Dude, I think the Mortal Kombat episode, you and I should go really hard on that on the show and like really go in some detail.
I will say that I am extremely down to do that. I just hope that that it's a positive show.
Yeah, it could be. I hope so too. But if it's not, it's not.
Oh, I know. No, I know. It's just gonna suck to be back in this position, but to not be able to say good things about it. Did you see the Meet the Cast trailer? No. Where they just entered. It's basically, so you remember the song where it'd be like Sonya, Johnny Cage. Yeah. It's that, but just it's not that song, but they're doing the same thing. Every character's like, I'm Sonya Blade, I'm Jax, or whatever. I am just so skeptical that it's even gonna be watchable, man. Like the lead character is such a fucking dweeb, Cole Young. Like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like,
we're about to find out.
Fuck about you, bro.
No Johnny Cage, right?
No Johnny Cage.
I think it's so weird that's your favorite character. I think he's the lamest.
Not my favorite character. Who's your favorite character? You're not gonna guess my favorite character. Everyone hates my favorite character.
Sub-Zero, bro. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are my 2 favorite characters of all time.
Baraka is my favorite character who's never going to get done justice in the movies, but Kano is my favorite in the movies because he's such a sleaze fucking slime ball, dude. I love that they just make him like a piece of shit, and Sony fucking breaks his neck. Like, he's in the movie like 10 minutes, dude.
And he like spits all over her leg on it, and when he breaks her neck. It's so weird. It's like he's so dehydrated because
I just like playing him because of his spinny move, where he turns into the ball and like launches himself at you.
Yeah.
I just to be honest, I just liked him the most because I was good at that move. Now
and he also ripped out hearts.
That's true.
Put them in doggy bags.
Dude, we finally got a second PS5 controller, so we've been playing Mortal Kombat 11 because we were only able to do solo because you can't use a PS4 controller on the PS5. So we finally got a second controller, and we've been playing RoboCop versus Terminator fights.
Tight. Dude, I'm actually probably going to do, that's probably all I'll do when I get off of here and get all this taken care of. I'll probably dive into some MK11. I've never played it. I mean, I had it for this whole time. I still never played it.
It's awesome, but it is extremely frustrating that it's so behind a paywall. You're going to realize it immediately. Every single character you're going to want, every single place you're going to want to go, fatalities, you have to buy all of it.
Really?
Or you have to buy the Ultimate Edition, which is what we finally broke down and did because it comes with everything. But yeah, dude, you got to buy fatalities and shit.
That's dumb. I don't like fatalities. I mean, I like fatalities. Don't get me wrong. But it's like...
Well, that's another thing. You buy these fatalities and what it actually gives you is a 1-button fatality. I don't know, man. I don't like that.
I like fatalities, but like you don't earn them. It's like...
Right. I like having to remember the code. I still do the codes to do them because you can still just look up the codes, but I don't know.
I mean, I never was able to rip people's heads off and stuff like that. The only fatality I could really pull off in MK1 growing up was Scorpion's fire breath.
I don't think
up. That's it.
I don't think I ever got a single fatality on MK1. On MK2, I think the only thing I ever managed to do was knock people off into the second pit, and then for the ones after that I started. The thing with it is now though you can just pause and look at your move list, which changes the game. So like as soon as one of us loses, the other person looks up the fatality. So we do fatalities every match.
Oh yeah,
but they lose their luster there.
No, for sure.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The only thing I want in the movie is a friendship.
That'd be tight.
They don't have the balls for that, bro.
Why not? They'll probably do it, but they'd probably do it like Jax versus freaking Liu Kang or something like that. It's not like they can't kill each other, but they're like,
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, so in Annihilation, as shitty of that movie as that movie is, there's an animality in that movie. People forget that, but Liu Kang does an animality on somebody in that movie.
Yeah, and it's terrible.
But they had the fucking guts to go for it.
Well, they're doing there's definitely animalities in this one.
You think?
The fire dragon that Liu Kang becomes in the trailer?
I guess I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, but that I want to see what they do with Goro more than anything, because to me, Goro worked best as a lumbering dude in a suit, and now he's CGI, and we'll see. We shall. I want to love it, but you're taking my favorite adorable little squishy dude in a suit and changing him into like a kind of like a badass, and I don't know.
Dude, he was badass. He was badass in Mortal Kombat, the first film, dude. I don't know.
He's badass, but go back and look at it and tell me you wouldn't want like a doll of him or like a plushie.
Well, yeah, but he freaking broke fucking Liu Kang's or Johnny Cage's best friend's back, and let Shang Tsung eat his soul.
I don't know why, but I thought you were gonna say that he broke Johnny Cage's sunglasses, and I was like, yeah.
Broke Johnny Cage's sunglasses and got punished.
$500 sunglasses, asshole.
We do realize that Johnny Cage would never, ever, ever win another fight against Scorpion or Goro if they had a rematch.
I'll throw this out there. There's an anime that came out like a year ago, like right after pandemic started, called Scorpion's Revenge. It's a rated R anime. It's fucking awesome. And they finally did Johnny Cage right. They made him a huge pussy, and I fucking loved it. He's such a fucking dweeb in that movie. He's like, I'm from fucking Hollywood, bro. Where's the craft services? He's like Shaggy. It wasn't me. She got me bigger on the counter. It wasn't
Well, there's a lot of exciting things coming up, man. And then other than that, I think we should wrap it up and really focus on some great stuff for the next show.
Yes, sir. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you're not already to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram at I Didn't See It, but you can find us on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. We'll see you in a week for episode 97.
Thanks for everything, guys. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Joel.